Hello friends, today I will discuss the TIG welding. So in this case, I cover the equipment, TIG principle, applications. Coming to the first equipment, here why TIG, what is the abbreviation of this? That is tungsten inert gas welding. So we represent with TIG. So the electrodes that are used here are tungsten electrode. It is not a consumable electrode because its melting temperature is very high, so it acts as a non-consumable electrode. Base metal means it is nothing but the two pieces or the metals to be welded is called the base metal. So here in the TIG welding, if we do not use the filler material and if we just use the heat produced by the tungsten electrode arc between base metal and the electrode, then we call simply TIG welding. In addition to this, if we use a filler material for welding the base metal, then we call that as fusion welding. So, as per American Welding Society, there is another name for this GTAW means gas tungsten arc welding. There is another name for this heli arc welding method. Heli arc welding method is called mainly because the inert gas that they use here is helium. There is another name for this TIG welding, that is straight polarity welding method. So there is a representation for the electrode, that is here DCEN. The meaning of this is the supply used is DC and the electrode position or the polarity is negative. That is, electrode will be connected to the negative terminal of the DC supply. Next, here we use shielding gas which is stored in the cylinder at high pressure. So the purpose of the shielding gas is to protect the molten metal or the base metal from the oxidation, moisture from the environment and contamination from the environment. So this TIG welding is basically comes under the category called arc welding. So in this case, the closed circuit will be formed via battery, electrode, arc, base metal, return cable and battery. Then coming to the specification of the battery, so its open circuit voltage is normally 70 volts, whereas once the arc is formed, the voltage across the terminals of the battery is only 20 volts and the current rating is normally 125 amperes. This value depends upon the size of the electrode. So this may be 75 amperes or 125 amperes or 220 amperes, like this. For different applications, different size of the electrodes are used. So when we look at the equipment that we are just now mentioned, so this is nothing but the tungsten electrodes, and this is the holder that holds the electrode in the process, and this is the inert gas cylinders which have different capacity, and each this cylinder will have the pressure control valve like this. Here also we find the pressure control valve. By using this valve, we set the desired pressure from the cylinder, and this is the setup. This is the battery, and these are the holding holders to hold the electrodes. and these are the meters to measure the voltage, etc. Coming to the TIG principle, so whatever we have covered so far, equipment that we arrange in a proper manner to understand the TIG principle. This is called the base metal, and this is the inert gas cylinder supply. So this is nothing but gas pressure controller, and this is the battery DC supply. So here the gas that we use in the cylinder is helium normally, or argon also will be used, and this is called the filler material or filler rod, and this is called the contact tube, and this is the cable. This comes from the supply. This holder carries the electrode, and that electrode tip position with respect to this tube can be controlled by using the cap here, and this gas cylinder output is connected to this tube, so that is it flows via around the electrode, and this electrode is connected to the negative polarity of the DC supply, so that is why we represent here negative here, and this base or the material to be welded or the metals to be welded will be connected to the DC supply positive terminal, so we represent with positive terminal like this. This is the return cable to the DC supply, and this is the shielding gas, that is whatever comes from this that surrounds this molten metal. Coming to the operation, so when the DC supply is switched on and the gas cylinder is on, DC supply supplies the current to this electrode. When the electrode is kept very near to the base metal, we find an voltage existing between this base metal and the electrode around 70 volts. That 70 volts is sufficient to initiate the arc between the electrode and the base metal. Once the arc is formed, the voltage across the battery will become 20 volts, because that voltage is enough to maintain the arc, and the current, high current, will flow from the DC supply to the electrode and to the arc, and from there it reaches the base metal. From the base metal it goes to the return cable, and then it goes to the DC supply. That is how it forms the closed circuit. Once this arc heats this base metal at the desired point, then this base metal will become molten metal, and that molten metal is surrounded with the inert gas, that is helium gas, that is also called shielding gas. So the purpose of the shielding gas is to protect that molten metal from oxidation, contamination, etc. So once that metal reaches to the welding point, welding temperature, then it solidifies and it will become welding. So means both metals of the base metal will weld together, and the switch is off. Coming to the application, so this is mainly used in the aerospace industry, space vehicles, steel, copper, stainless steel, etc. Please like the video, share the video and subscribe to the channel.